I think you were coming with about
17, 18.
17, 18.
Yeah.
So we matched them accordingly with ours. So it's equivalent number of hours.
Equaling number.
Jay, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Foreign Minister Mahmood Mahmood Qureshi, Honorable Foreign Minister Mr. Peter Siharto, members of the Hungarian delegation, distinguished businessmen from Hungary and Pakistan, and ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. On behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I, Aisha Ali, am pleased to welcome you all to Pakistan-Hungary Economic Diplomacy event. We will start the event with remarks from Foreign Minister Qureshi. I request the Honorable Foreign Minister to kindly deliver his remarks.
You can do it from here.
Yeah, great.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Excellency Peter Siharto, Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade, respected delegation members, distinguished representatives of Hungarian and Pakistani business community, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Foreign Minister, I'm delighted to welcome you and your delegation for visiting Pakistan at my invitation. Your visit, particularly at a time when we are going through our third wave of the pandemic, speaks volumes about the importance you are giving to this bilateral relationship. This visit and the interest shown by you and your delegation will mark a milestone in Hungary-Pakistan friendship. It will broaden the existing areas of cooperation in trade, economic, and other areas of mutual interest. Let me commend you, Foreign Minister, on your government's success in fighting against COVID-19. More than 37% of the population of Hungary has been vaccinated, which is the highest in the European Union. Our government has been making efforts to save lives, secure livelihoods, and keep the economy afloat, indeed a challenging balance to maintain. We inherited a challenging economic situation. When we came into office, slightly over 2.5 years ago, all our macroeconomic indicators were pointing in the wrong direction. Global contraction and corona restrictions made the situation even more challenging. However, we have succeeded in stabilizing the situation. Our rupee, which is our currency, has stabilized. Forex reserves have gone up despite huge debt servicing that we had to undertake. You know, we inherited a resource gap of about $20 billion. Remittances have been very encouraging in the first 10 months of this fiscal year. Today, we have recorded a current account surplus. Huge investments have taken place in our textile sector, which is the backbone of our large-scale manufacturing. Our construction industry is on the move, and we've recorded the highest ever sales of cement ever. Car sales, motorcycle sales are up. Tractor sales have gone up, and we are right now harvesting our wheat crop, and the estimates are that we are heading for a bumper wheat crop this year. And hopefully we will not have to import any wheat this year. In the next 2 years, we intend to focus on growth of our economy, to address the issue of unemployment and alleviate poverty. The biggest challenge we are facing today as a government is keeping the prices of essential food items under check. That's the challenge. By design, Foreign Minister, we are shifting our focus from geopolitics to geoeconomics. Our focus is on economic security. The three central pillars of our economic security paradigm include peace, regional connectivity, and development partnerships. Our economic diplomacy goals include the promotion of trade, financial inflows, investments, remittances, tourism, and transfer of technology. To improve the business climate, we are promoting ease of doing business, and our ranking in the last 2 years has improved by 39 points. We have further liberalized our investment policy for the benefit of our investors. 9 special economic zones are in different stages of development under CPEC and are open for investment from other countries, from Hungary. It's not China, Pakistan specific. We have liberalized our visa regime, introduced e-visa policy to facilitate travel of businessmen and tourists. In line with the Prime Minister's vision, I introduced a robust economic diplomacy initiative last year. Under this, I have consistently sought to strengthen Pakistan's economic diplomacy footprint. Today, economic diplomacy is an important component of our foreign policy. Over the last year, I have been personally engaged with each of our missions across the world, crafting new avenues for economic partnerships between Pakistan and the rest of the world. In fact, today's meeting is a direct outcome of such an effort, the interaction that we had through Zoom. So technology is working.
Right, but it's better to read personally.
Yeah, it's better this way. As Foreign Minister graciously accepted my invitation, extended during that meeting in which we launched Hungary-Pakistan Trade and Economic Window. And the visit of this delegation is an outcome of that interaction. I'm very hopeful that your initiative to bring a high-level business delegation will mark the beginning of a new era in our trade and economic relations. I do hope that a similar Pakistani business delegation could visit Hungary soon. I'm pleased today that Pakistan's leading business persons are meeting Hungary's top executives for business matchmaking. I appreciate you all for being here and for taking this opportunity to exchange on our economic development, to have an exchange on our economic development goals. I encourage you to take advantage of this meeting to keep regular interactions to explore new areas of collaboration. I hope the associations that are made today will flourish and yield concrete dividends. Both Pakistan and Hungary occupy strategic location in the fast developing Eurasian cooperation and increasing interdependence, especially in trade and technology transfer. While Hungary is part of Europe, provides international quality technology at much affordable rates, Pakistan and its surroundings offer a huge market for Hungarian companies to expand their businesses. We recognize that over the decades, Hungary has made notable achievements in diverse fields, including agriculture and environmental industry, urban development solutions, mechanical and electronic engineering, higher education, health, culture, music, and sports. All these are high priorities for the government of Pakistan. We are therefore ready and eager to have detailed engagement at the experts level so as to benefit from Hungarian expertise. Pakistan, having a considerable demand for water, given its growing needs, looks forward to benefit from Hungary's expertise in the area. Our MOU on water resource management provides a good starting point for experts on two sides to interact. As Pakistan is deeply committed to protect and improve the environment, there is also an opportunity for Hungarian waste management companies to invest in Pakistan. Energy is a key area of our economic partnership. MOL Pakistan, a subsidiary of MOL Group, has been operating in Pakistan since 1999. We hope that MOL Group will become our ambassador for Hungarian investors. We also hope that MOL will extend its operations to renewable energy as well. Taking this opportunity, I would request you, Foreign Minister, to support the efforts of the Government of Pakistan to introduce Pakistan's world-class rice, mangoes, leather products, surgical instruments, football and other sports equipment in Hungary, so our Hungarian friends could also enjoy these quality products. I urge and hope that the two business communities would engage profitably with each other to take Hungary-Pakistan bilateral trade beyond the current level of $100 million, which is nothing, really. And by next year, we have something better to show. I'm happy that Pakistani and Hungarian companies are signing business agreements today pertaining to dairy, pharmaceuticals, and cyber security. Under the vision of Prime Minister Imran Khan, we remain fully committed to share the economic uniqueness and strengths of Pakistan with Hungary and support new businesses, new business linkages, ideas, and endeavors being taken by business communities in Hungary and Pakistan. I conclude by once again thanking you and your delegation and for traveling to Pakistan to strengthen our relationship. I hope the beginnings made here today would grow into regular interface and result in tangible, mutually beneficial outcomes for both sides. I thank you all.
Thank you, Foreign Minister. May I now request the Honorable
you very much. First of all, I'd like to express my appreciation to my dear colleague, dear Minister. Thank you so much for making this visit happen. You know, when we came together virtually, I wouldn't have thought that in such a short period of time we would have the chance to make the same thing personally. And I really do believe in personal meetings, and I agree with you that technology works, but I prefer that we come together in person and try to make deals and agreements on a personal basis. And I think the fact that we are here now personally is a proof that it was the right initiative to come together virtually and launch this program of cooperation between the two countries and the two business communities of the two countries. We are definitely living under extraordinary conditions put forward by the global pandemic, so it makes it even more valuable that we meet. And the fact that we meet under restricted conditions underline the significance we both attach to this bilateral relationship. We also followed the efforts of Pakistan to overcome the pandemic. We wish you best of luck. We cross fingers. We see your Prime Minister and your government making its best. That's what we tried to do in Hungary. The recipe, I might say, was simple to speak about it, complicated to implement. But the core of our strategy was to look at vaccine as a tool to save lives and not as an issue of ideology or geopolitics. Mm-hmm. And since we are the only country in the European Union which applies not only the Western vaccines but the Eastern ones, including Sputnik from Russia and Sinopharm from China, that fact has put us on the top of the European list, approaching 40% of the people in Hungary to be vaccinated. You mentioned football among the valuable and precious products of yours. We have made the decision back in Hungary, dear Minister, that in case we reach 4 million Hungarians out of 8.5 million adults who is going to be vaccinated, which should take place by the evening of this very day. Mm-hmm. Then we will allow people to attend sporting events, among them football games again. So I hope that the next round in the Hungarian Championship, which takes place this weekend, will be already attended by spectators, because that means that we have reached 4 million. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, we are located geographically far away of each other. 4,700 kilometers split us, but we have a special set of ties to this region of the world. You might not know, but we are usually referred to in Europe as the most Eastern Westerners and the most Western Easterners. And we have definitely a special attachment to this region. And putting into consideration this historic and cultural heritage we do have in common, and the fact that the Eastern world is getting stronger and stronger, we have introduced a political strategy which is called Eastern Opening 11 years ago when we entered office. And I have to tell you that that has paid off. Our trade volume with the eastern part of the world has increased by 25%. And during the last 2 years, there were Eastern countries to be the top investors in Hungary. And we do attach a special significance to this region because of security, because of the importance of fight against terror. And I have to tell you that as a NATO member who just decided to pull out from Afghanistan, we really do value and respect all the efforts Pakistan has been making in order to ensure the security and stability of this region. And that's why you can continuously count on our support on international fora. When it comes to Hungarian economy, we are the 11th most open economy of the world. When it comes to export over GDP, we rank number 94 only, unfortunately, when it comes to population, but we rank number 34 when it comes to export achievement. We are among those 35 countries on earth which perform 100 billion plus euros of exports every year. We are a much smaller country than you yourself. Your population is 23 times higher than ours. Your territory is like 9 times bigger than ours. But our size and our effectiveness of economy shows very clearly that we are absolutely interested in developing our trade ties with rapidly emerging parts of the world. And I really do like your approach called geoeconomics, because this is exactly what I've been doing since I've been fulfilling the position of foreign minister. When I had the chance to start with that in September 2014, I have asked for changing the portfolio of my ministry. So all trade and investment related issues belong to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Hungary. And the real name of the ministry in Hungarian is Ministry of External Economic Relations and Foreign Affairs. And here the sequencing counts. The fact is, my predecessor thought that it's much more prestigious to be Minister of Foreign Affairs and something than Minister of something and Foreign Affairs. That's why this English translation is Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, but it has nothing to do with reality. But we definitely have merged all external economic related items and foreign affairs under one ministry, under one roof, under one portfolio, and I totally understand what you are speaking about when you put trade and economic development in the heart of your foreign policy. So all in all, we are ready to further upgrade the economic partnership between Pakistan and Hungary. And in order to enable you to upgrade this relationship, I think we, the states, we, the government, have to ensure 5 preconditions. First, a political precondition, not to have open issues on our bilateral agenda. Now, I'm happy to report to you that there are no open issues on our bilateral agenda, no political obstacle for the economic cooperation. We base our political relationship on mutual respect. We don't think that we should lecture each other about domestic issues, because this is not our job, and we have a very good cooperation within the United Nations. Second, physical presence. We have our embassy here in Islamabad, you have your embassy in Budapest, and today we are opening a new consular representation in Karachi in order to extend our physical presence here to help our companies to get engaged in Pakistani economy. Third, to upgrade relationship between the people themselves. We offer 200 scholarships for Pakistani students on an annual basis on Hungarian universities. Currently we have 510 Pakistani students enrolled in Hungarian universities, and this year there were 9,508 applications submitted for the 200 scholarships. This shows that there's a growing interest among the Pakistani young generation to study in Hungary, which is great. The fourth precondition is financing. Our Exim Bank has opened a credit line of $84 million exclusively, and I would like to underline, exclusively to serve Pakistani-Hungarian business-to-business connections. So please be aware of that today when you have the B2B meetings, that our Exim Bank has opened this credit line, $84 million, preferential one, exclusively to finance your cooperation, be it very simple export-import transaction, be it forming joint ventures, be it submitting tenders on the markets of third economies. And the fifth and last precondition is the flagship project. We do have a flagship project. Minister was kind enough to mention a company, MOL, which is the largest Hungarian company, which covers now 14% of the energy demand of Pakistan. MOL is being number 2 in oil exploitation and number 5 in gas exploitation here in Pakistan, and operates the biggest gas field tar block of the country, and have invested more than $2 billion altogether. So all the preconditions are being given. So now it's up to you, dear colleagues, whether you can live with that or not. And hopefully, as an outcome of today's negotiations, we would be able to serve with another good news, since we have the CEO of Wizz Air, which is a large airline, low-cost airline, one of the biggest ones in Europe, with us. It's a Hungarian run company, They are heavily interested in launching flights between Hungary and Pakistan. So if his negotiations today are successful, we would be happy to announce a direct air connection between Pakistan and Hungary, which will then, I think, boost the relationship. We have 17 companies who have accompanied us from the most successful areas of the Hungarian economy. Among them, the medical production of medical equipment, where our digital developments are really world-class, be it traumatology, pathology, or urology. We have the companies of the field of agriculture, food industry, and food security. Here I would like to highlight that we are the only country in Europe which has put into its constitution that food industry and agriculture must be entirely free of GMO, so you can be sure that whatever we produce is not only delicious but healthy as well. Minister was kind enough to speak about environmental protection. We are among those 21 countries of the world which is able to perform growth of GDP and a decrease on emission. We have companies with us from the side of on the industry of cybersecurity, border protection, and railway construction as well. We understand you are about to launch huge railway projects. I have to tell you that this company, which has accompanied us on the field of railway construction, owns one of those 3 machine lines in Europe, only 3 of them exist, which can build 2 kilometers of rail in one day. So I hope that their negotiations will be successful as well. So I think with the minister we have done everything already in order to ensure the preconditions to be fulfilled. And now I hope that you will be able to tear these low-hanging fruits during the B2B meetings today. Minister, I can't stress enough how grateful we are to you personally to organize this matchmaking event, and we do hope that this relationship is going to flourish in the future. It will not depend on us for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. A key area of Pakistan and Hungary's bilateral relationship is their growing economic cooperation. We are happy to witness signing of business agreements between Hungarian and Pakistani companies. I will now request the representatives of companies to initiate signing. Dr. Mulnar Begum, Chief Executive Officer, and Mr. Shoaib Ali, Marketing Director for 3D Histech Limited with SKHY2 Life Science Park Limited, respectively.
We are the 5th largest producer in the world.
Yeah.
What we need is food processing. That's where we lack. That's where they come in.
That's right.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी, बहुत मुबारक।
थैंक यू।
बड़ा पोटेंशियल है इसमें।
जी पाकिस्तान में बहुत ग्रो हो रहा है।
अच्छा।
30th.
30th.
Almost May.
Almost back.
Good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was telling the foreign minister we are the 5th largest producers of milk in the world, and what we lack is this, processing. And hopefully, with this MOU and this arrangement, we'll add value to our agriculture.
That's the plan.
Mr. Qureshi Oliver, International Sales Director, and Mr. Mahmood President and CEO for ACPM Limited with Tech Access Pakistan Limited, respectively.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. What are they producing? What do you produce? What are you producing?
We're doing cybersecurity.
Cyber. That's the new challenge.
Yeah, now as everybody is, in the digital space because of teleworking, because of digital education, because of home office, you need to ensure security, otherwise you're going to be crap.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Qureshi Oliver and Mr. Mohsen Said, CEO for ACPM Limited with Trillium Information Security Systems, respectively.
That is for cyber, and this is for again similar. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Aye. Lahore based?
Islamabad. Yes.
Excellent. Talk about it.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Qureshi Oliver and Mr. Wajid Ali Khan, Country Head Services for ACPM Limited with Jafra Business Systems Limited, respectively.
They're very active.
Very good. Assalamu alaikum.
Mimi prezentacyjne pójdą na tam też więcej.
We have the Deputy CEO of Exim Bank here with us to give the information to everybody on the financial framework.
This is 84 million.
84 million.
Trillion.
Pakistan-Hungarian, yeah.
Excellent. Investments here.
Yeah,
It's not trillion. I think this is not Jafra's.
क्या हो गया?
It's a Trillium Information System. It's another company.
The MOU has a
देख ले नाम क्या है?
नाम
कनेक्ट कर लेते
Mahir Mohsin Sheikh.
आप ही का है
No, it's not mine.
That's a different MOU.
Yeah.
No.
That's a different
I
contract.
think they mixed up the MOUs.
Yeah,
They mixed up the.
They'll
I think they
sort it
mixed up
out.
the contracts.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you sort it out?
Yeah.
You sort it out, get the right MOU.
Yeah.
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 Sorry about that, sir.
वो mix हो गया.
This is JDS.
This one.
Yeah, great.
I think they will
Yeah,
they
yeah.
bring the right ones and you can sign them
Yeah,
because
yeah.
your interaction will continue. Thank you.